From our studios at historic Arnold's Park Amusement Park, it's Okoboji Broadcast with Jeff Thee. Welcome to Okoboji Broadcast, everybody. I'm Jeff Thee, coming to you from our studios right here at Arnold's Park Amusement Park. My neighbor, Clay Norris from the Iowa Rock and Roll Music Association, around the corner. Not too far.
Yeah, it's not much of a commute. I enjoy it.
Yeah, and I don't have the big neon signs like you do. No. I got a banner.
No, you have a banner and you have a tasteful sign in the door. That's all you need.
That's all I need. Like Steve Martin said, I don't need anything. I need this. Oh, we're talking because we've got a big event coming up Thursday. But first, just tonight, show in the roof garden.
Yes, Maddie Poppy is going to be here.
Yeah.
And, you know, with COVID and all of that stuff, you just keep praying and keep your fingers crossed and everything else. And she's arriving if she hasn't, gotten here already. And we're really looking forward to that. It starts at 7 p.m. This evening. There may be some tickets left. Get on the Roof Gardens website and take a look. If you're kind of the last minute person and you would like to come, I think it's going to be I know it's a fabulous show because I've already heard from some of the other venues that it was really great music.
We got a booth seat tonight.
See, you're a smart man.
Well, people smarter than me got it set up.
There you go.
Hey, let's talk about Thursday, because huge event, and I'd say it's unprecedented, but it's pretty cool at doing a live event on Thursday.
Yeah, one of the most successful fundraisers for us, I understand, annually is usually when we have an induction ceremony, and again this year, couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But when we have that, the auction is one of our biggest fundraisers. And with the connections we have in the music business and through our board and through inductees, we're able to get some really amazing things. And people out there that love music and love the Iowa Rock and Roll Music Association are generous, and we get that support. Well, this year, couldn't do it in person. So what are all of us doing? We're doing it online.
What is the whole world doing right now?
And we've never done this before, so please have grace for us. If you tune in, if we have any little glitches or whatever, we're going to do our very best. But this man right here is going to be our co-host, and we are going to be broadcasting live from the Roof Garden.
Yeah.
On this Thursday night at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to have Rock a la carte joining us, and they're going to be performing some live music that they've worked up especially for this.
Kind of visiting the decades.
Yes. They're going to do, I don't even know what song it is, but they're going to do a song from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, and then they said they would do a closing song at the end. So, who knows those guys? They may show up in different costumes. You just never know.
Yeah, it'll be good. Whatever it is, it's going to be great. Yeah.
It'll be really good.
Yeah.
And the items, I want to emphasize, we do have some really high dollar, very cool items, which I'll show you one in a minute.
Yeah.
But we've also got some things that almost all of us could afford to bid on. And they make good gifts and things like that. Also want to emphasize, we're going to have on the site an easy way for you to donate.
Right.
So you don't necessarily have to think about, well, I don't want to be in the bidding war with these people, but you could donate to us. And we're going to have some special times in there. We've been gifted some money, and we've raised some money that we can match some funds.
Okay.
And so we'll have some of those periods where if you'll donate now, we'll match it. And another thing, the ink isn't even quite dry on it, but I've been working with another neighbor of ours, Mindy Gress, right over here at the Okoboji Foundation.
Yeah.
And we are creating a special endowment fund for our operations.
That is so nice. And that's just a great way to keep things humming, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, we are, like everything in this area practically, we are very, very spring and summer oriented, maybe a little bit in the fall in our revenue. And then we want to keep the museum open. I want to have a job all year, so does Maddie. And, so it's harder to do in the wintertime. And this will allow us, because for those of you who don't know what an endowment fund is, you're able to pull up to 5% out of it at any time of the year once it annualizes. And then this particular one, we're able to pull a little bit more out of if it really is a crisis like we had this year.
Yeah. If anybody would have foreseen and tell me who that person is, it would have been nice coming into this year, but now you're looking ahead and could be a rainy day fund. I mean, you never know what could come up in the future.
Yes, and we are also going to do a membership push, and for those of you that care about our organization, and I would think you would if you wanted to be a member, any new memberships, 10% out of that membership is going to be directed to that endowment fund.
Roll over into that, and
yes,
that'll help keep Iowa Rock and Roll stable, fiscally stable throughout the years.
Indeed, and we'll talk more about that on Thursday night.
Okay, sounds good. Let's talk about the goodies that you're going to be putting out there for a bid on. And
yeah, do you want to touch this, or do you?
Why don't you go ahead and pick that up?
I'm scared.
I know what it's worth.
What is one of those I'm not worthy? This is a Bedell 1964 special edition orchestra guitar. It's brand new. And Tom has a wonderful story about this where for his high dollar guitars, he actually, I think in all of his guitars, he's very careful about the wood being sustainable and never from a clear-cut forest, things like that. But this particular one has some Honduran wood in it. Yeah. It's got some wood from the east coast of the United States. And all of that has been, sometimes he goes, like he went to Honduras.
I was going to say he handpicked some of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it may be a really cool tree that fell in the forest and the wood is good and they use it. I don't know.
Yeah.
He could share more about that. It's got ebony in it that's been responsibly acquired from the Ivory Coast, and he went there. But it's gorgeous. I mean, it's on the website it talks about what all the different kinds of wood do, and it's way above my pay grade.
Oh man, yeah, I never took that class in school.
Me neither. But trust us, it is a beautiful, beautiful instrument.
It is indeed, and that will be up for bid on Thursday night.
That is indeed. Its retail value, brand new, is $3,000. Just to give you an idea.
Okay. That's nice to know.
Now, on the other end of the scale, perhaps. Why don't you talk about this? You were a radio DJ.
Yeah, okay. Here, I'm going to switch my shot around. But if you were in radio in the 1980s, you always got demo records from different groups, different labels. Mm-hmm. And during the 80s, the red vinyl was a big deal to get. There's only a certain number of these made. Now, this happens to be Duran Duran, so that's certainly the 80s, if you know your music. And that's this is going to be one of those neat items to get that it's not like a Bedell guitar, but great Christmas gift, great memory if you're a collector, great collector item. And so that's going to be on there Thursday night as well. And I like this. Did you grow up watching American Bandstand?
I did, more towards the end of that range. I can remember, the late 60s and 1970s, yes.
Well, this is from Dick Clark. And
into the 80s, for sure.
Yeah, and this was early on. I mean, this is about the time when this was put out, when I was starting to watch American Bandstand, and it's Dick Clark, 20 years of rock and roll. If that gives you any idea of when this was put out. This came out in 73?
Yep, 1973.
1973, and I look back at rock and roll and American Bandstand with Dick Clark from the very infancy of rock and roll to its I don't know, middle school years?
Yes.
If I kind of base it on my years. But it's just got all sorts of neat information, memories of Dick Clark, and year to year, almost like a yearbook of rock and roll, and the perpetual teenager he was from Dick Clark, and it's even got his little name on the back there. So just some of the neat memorabilia. If you've got someone that you know who's a collector and you think, they would love to have this mounted on their wall or whatever. A lot of these things are going to be available on Thursday night as well.
And I got a kick out of this just because of the times. I don't know about you, but I had my Archie comic books and my Superman. And it is a I mean, not that it's comic book, but it is that kind of printing style.
Yeah.
So it's printed on that type of paper, and it's saddle stitched and all of that.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it came, Buddha Records was the one that published it.
Okay.
And Buddha was a big, maybe still a label, but it was a big label back then. So this may have been inserted in a record, an album.
Sure.
It's my guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and they did so many of those things with albums. You had the opportunity to put special collector, and people, I'm going to get that album, and so, yeah, and the one thing that sticks out to me about American Bandstand is, Dick, it's easy to dance to and has a great beat to it. I'll give it a 73.
Yeah, and he was the perpetual teenager.
Yeah.
But he would interview, I saw a clip the other night, and he'd say, like, how old were you when the Grassroots started playing? And she'd go, 10. And he'd go, oh my gosh. So anyway, even though he looked 29.
Yeah, he always did. And and you've got fishing roots, you got something for the angler out there.
Yes, I was in the fishing business including some consulting for 24, 25 years. And this one comes from Zebco Brands, and it is a quantum accurate reel.
Right.
And one of the cool things about this spinning reel, first of all, it's really smooth when you spin it, but it is saltwater resistant. And I know a lot of our audience, they are snowbirds, or they have a place down there, or they just like to or you all like to vacation in saltwater. So it's good for salt or fresh. It's a very smooth, very durable spinning reel, retail value of about $80.
Okay.
So
just an idea of the variety of things that are going to be available on Thursday night. So we get going what time?
We get going, the live is at 7 p.m. on Thursday. And then remember to go to our website. You can go Wednesday to our website, and right in the front you should be able to see a box that talks about the auction. Okay. You would then click on that, and it'll go to everything about the auction. The different links, the membership, and just a quick reminder about membership. You don't have to be a millionaire to be a member of our association either, but every dollar counts. So when you're 21, if you are high school and younger, or you're in college, you could become a student member for $15 a year.
Okay.
A single adult is $40 a year, and then it goes on up to our lifetime memberships.
Right. Yeah.
And so that grid will all be on there. We'll talk more about that Thursday night.
Okay, sounds good. It's a date. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Fun.
And we want to invite everybody to watch. You can pick up some really cool stuff and memorabilia things, great gifts, get a membership, do all these different things. It gets going on Thursday night. Get on Iowa Rock, the letter N, roll.com, and all the information is right there. All right, anything else for the good of the cause, my friend?
No, just please tune in, and the beauty of Facebook is if you don't happen to do it right at 7, we might have it open for a few more hours, so just click in as soon as you can.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you like Bedell guitars, we've got one for you.
Yeah, we do. It's a beauty.
It's a beauty, indeed. All right, we want to thank Clay Norris for being here with us today. Don't forget about Thursday night, and get on IowaRockandRoll.com, find out the information, and we want to thank you for watching us right here on Okoboji Broadcast.
Okoboji Broadcast from the studios at historic Arnold's Park Amusement Park is brought to you by the Scott Troutman State Farm Agency in Spirit Lake, Pure Fishing in Spirit Lake, Last Touch Painting and Cleaning, providing interior, exterior, house painting, and professional cleaning services in Spirit Lake. Quest Wealth Management, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, advisor Jan Spielman, AJ Spielman, and Erica Wachholz. Ducky's Marine and Motorsports Repair in Spirit Lake. Bank Midwest, dream big, plan wisely, live well. Lakes Regional Healthcare and Avera Partner. Attorney Bethany Brands at Brands Law Office in Spirit Lake. Ruthven Locker at the Lake, where carnivores are welcome on Hill Avenue in Spirit Lake. Beck Engineering in Spirit Lake. Be Radiant Laser Skin Studio in the Okoboji Plaza in Okoboji. By Michael Thorson with Farm Bureau Insurance in Spirit Lake.